DC Multiverse!
Well, hello there, and welcome back to my channel. Today, we are going to be reviewing the McFarlane Toys digital No Man's Land Batman. This dude literally just showed up from overseas, and I couldn't be more tickled to have my hands on him. The box has Batman's logo down here, which is really nice. I like the packaging for these. It's different than your typical multiverse packaging. On the side here, we have the Batman No Man's Land. And back here, we have possibly my favorite piece of back of the box art that I've ever seen for a McFarlane Toys DC figure. Look, even when Batman's saving a baby from certain death, he still has his bat grimace. At any rate, let's get this guy out of the box, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, and now that he's all out of the package, we can see him and everything that he came with clearly. Not only does he have the hands that came on the body, but he also has two open hands, two grippy hands for holding on to this little blue Batarang accessory, as well as this McFarlane Toys digital scratch-off redemption code card, and this fantastic trading card that is the exact same as the back of the box, with Batman's ever-grimacing head and a short data file for Batman No Man's Land. And of course, the main bit that we all bought it for, the actual action figure itself, which, by the way, as always, also comes with a McFarlane Toys digital action figure base that he was standing on. Now, this body has been used multiple times before, so I'm just going to bring in some Batmans that have also shared this body. This is the SDCC version of Batman. I've just taken the shadows off of his cowl with some acetone. And of course, this one right here is the Golden Age. Here is the Nightfall Batman action figure, which uses the exact same body buck, except for I have swapped the heads on this one. That's actually from DC Essentials. And then here is the Justice League Task Force Batman that also uses the same body buck. I thought it might also be kind of fun to bring in some of my customs. So here I have my classic styled Batman that has been built on the Nightfall Batman body buck. This one's got a head sculpt that has been designed and painted by Tony May, and a brand new utility belt from the DC Direct 10-year anniversary Batman. And here is my custom kit bash take on a No Man's Land Batman. I've changed out the forearms, the belt, and glued an emblem onto his chest. But anyway, we know that this body buck has been used many times. Having this figure up on the spinner, we're going to take a quick 360 look at him before we get him in hand. We can see that McFarlane has done a pretty good job on the color scheme for this guy. There's a slightly dark gray, but not too dark, and a nice dark navy blue for the blue portions of Batman's suit, and I think that so far it looks pretty good. Up close, we have a brand new utility belt sculpt. We have not yet seen this sculpt yet for a utility belt, so that's interesting. Oh, I wasn't expecting there to be nothing at the back. I thought there would be a big pouch at the back or something, rather than no pouch. Anyway, this is his brand new utility belt. We have a nice, gloriously large bat symbol on his chest here that has been painted pretty good, actually. This is really crisp. This is really nicely done. It would have been nice if this was perhaps a raised bat symbol rather than one that was just painted on, but I understand it's actually easier for them to paint nice, clear, crisp bat symbols and details on figures when you're not having to paint them over raised, sculpted details. So I understand why they did this, and like I said, I think it looks pretty good. Coming up to his head sculpt, I think that this looks really good. Like, I think that they pretty much nailed it. I think that they've done a super smash-up fantastic job on capturing Batman's likeness. And you got the long horns with this head sculpt. Like, it just looks really good. I am super impressed. The cape has been tucked into the neckline, as we can see here. In my opinion, perhaps a bit too far back. I would rather see Batman's cape start up here somewhere and then go back. You know, and if I'm being honest here, The cape really is one of the only things, well, it is the only thing about this figure that I don't like. It's made out of that stupid ribbon material. You can hear that. It's like the weird nylon-y stuff. You get about that much cape, and I really wish we got more cape, but anyway, it's made out of that shiny ribbon material. And it worked for the 66 Batman because his cape was shiny, but it doesn't really work for this guy. Like, I'd rather it just be a more soft, plusher fabric than this. And my biggest issue with it is that it doesn't have a wire. Like, why doesn't it have a wire? Like, it's been sewn in such a way that a wire could have very easily been inserted in here, but there's no wire. Why? Why no wire? I mean, you Batman's cape, you need to be able to pose Batman's cape. It's not like it's something that I can't fix myself by putting in a wire, but yeah, it probably should have came with one. As for how articulated he is, we have seen this body buck before. We know that it's one of the better Batman body bucks out there. I would argue possibly the best of the Batman body bucks. So it does have some very reasonable articulative properties, especially having the bicep swivel and the double jointed elbows and the hingy wrists. I wonder what the head gets for articulation. Let's find that out together, shall we? Forward, backward, side by side, bibble bobble, enjoy the ride. Yeah, that's not too bad. So, because we've seen this before, you know, we know pretty much what we're going to get. This guy does get more of what I call the thigh cut approximation, and he does have nice double jointed knees, and the sculpted, shaped, rounded, pivoty hinge ankles with the toe articulation. So, you know, we know this Batman is pretty well articulated. It's not something that I really had to go through, even though I did. I went through it. Of course I did. Because no action figure video is complete until you go through the articulation. So what do I think of this Batman? What are my final thoughts about this Batman? Honestly, I think it's pretty good. I'm gonna have to fix the cape and give him a new wire, or perhaps I'll go to a fabric store and make him a whole new cape. You know, get some fabric and make him something a little bit better. I mean, the color of the cape is nice and it matches everything. It's just, well, you heard my rant. I didn't really like the fabric and it has no wire. Other than that, I think this is a fantastic, fantabulous, awesome Batman figure. This is definitely one, if you're a Batman fan, a No Man's Land fan, this is going to be one I feel like you're all going to want to pick up and add to your collection. For some of you, this may even be your definitive Batman figure. But hey, that's all up to you, in the eye of the beholder. Anyway, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video today. It means a lot to me, and I will see you with the next one. Have a DC day, everybody, and take care.